Shit I want to hear right now. What are you doing? I ain't hear some good shit. Oh, well, let me hear some native music. All right, here we go. All right, call it anything. All right, I'll take anything. All right, it could be anything. Just don't bring up no high value man. I don't want to talk about that. All right, let's go. All right, here we go. All right, all right, all right. So what did you want? What did you want to talk about?
Okay, so I want to talk about why I'm scared of saying that I'm not a feminist being a woman.
You're
I'm
scared to
scared.
say you're not a feminist?
Yeah.
Wait,
I'm re-
why aren't you a feminist?
because I think that modern feminism is now taking other speech and it's somehow now it's like hating on men and just wanting to fight for women's rights. I mean, don't get me wrong. I agree with that. We need to fight, but also we need to fight for all other things. And nowadays, feminism is like, oh yeah, we fight only for women. But in reality, it was because we want
What
equality.
can I ask you what country you're in?
I'm from Colombia, but I live in Spain.
Do you think it makes sense to call yourself a feminist in Colombia?
Actually, no.
No, why
No.
is that?
Because mm, I don't agree with a lot of things. I don't agree with the fact that, for example, if you don't agree with something a feminist says, then you hate women, or then you don't want equal rights, or then if you even if you say, "Hey, I'm not a feminist," I'm sorry, then they will say, "Oh, you hate women. You want men approval. You're a attention seeker, or you're a pick me girl," something like that. I don't believe I'm a feminist because I don't like a lot of things that they are actually saying right now. And I
Okay.
think, yeah, I think it loses the whole speech of equal rights because now they say that they don't fight for men either, that men has to fight for themselves. And I just want to fight for all people. Because right now in Colombia things are really heavy, and I think it's not the time for saying, yeah, women fight their way and men fight their way, and that's it, like separately. I don't
Yeah.
agree
Well,
with that.
I think there's just different battles for different groups, and I think there's nothing wrong with those battles. I think women's groups definitely have their rights and their fights to engage in a lot of different countries, and those causes are valid. It's like you can do both. You can say you're a feminist who fights for women's rights, and also say you're a Colombian who wants to fight for equality of all people. Right? I think those two things don't have to conflate with each other, nor do they have to negate each other. Doesn't mean that just because you say you're a feminist, you got to get pink hair and go yell about transgender bathrooms or whatever the fuck it is. Those
Yeah.
things I think can be separate. In the same token, I can be a Canadian who is concerned with the well-being of all Canadians, and also say, I believe that, supporting the idea of Black Lives Matter is not necessarily a terrible thing. I think there can be multiple hats that you wear depending on situations and problems you want to tackle. But I do not think that having specialized focus groups is necessarily a bad thing.
But it's not necessarily because of that. It's also because, for example, we now talk about white feminism. For example, there are women that they are not like, oh yeah, we only fight for white women, or we only fight for uh, real women, referring that they don't fight for transgender women, for example, something like that. I don't agree with that, and now I don't believe I'm a feminist, and I'm scared of saying that like with my friends or whatever because they're like, yeah, fuck the patriarchy, blah blah blah, and I am scared of saying that. Right now, I'm scared because I believe that my followers or my friends
But
they will
but
say, "You're
I
not a
don't understand.
feminist."
I understand. Just because you disagree with groups of where the feminist movement are growing, why does that mean that you're not a feminist if you still believe in the ethos and the ideas of it?
What? I didn't hear you well. I'm sorry.
You disagree. So hypothetical, right? You disagree with the way some people want feminism to address things, right?
Yeah. Mm.
You want it to address different things. At its core and its idea, you're still, by definition, a feminist, even if you don't call yourself one. The idea
Yeah.
that you fight for equality for ladies, or you want to, or you believe that's important, doesn't change the fact that that is what you are, no?
Yeah. Yeah. I get what you mean. I don't know. Some right now I'm like in a weird place because of when it comes to politics and calling myself something. You know,
Yeah.
like for defining
Yeah, I mean,
myself.
I agree with you. I agree with you. It's unfortunate that people ostracize you because you don't show support in the same way. But I would tell you, it's fine to still hold those same values at heart and not run around and yell the label. But as far as like people saying some shit to you because you say you're not, yeah, that's unfortunate. Unfortunately, you can't stop that. There's always going to be idiots out there. So don't let them get to
Yeah.
you. Is what I would say.
Yeah. Somehow it's I get scared because of that. That I
Yeah.
cannot say that. And right now it's because I don't feel comfortable with anything actually because I'm still finding myself somehow of what I agree and what I not agree, even with politics. I'm in a weird place.
Yeah.
So, but for the moment, I don't know if I can call myself a feminist or anything actually. Just the fact that I just know that I'm bisexual and that's it. I'm in a weird place. I don't know what else like
Yeah.
to call
Yeah.
myself.
That's special. You're also in the closet, so definitely leave the closet at some point.
Yeah, but yeah, that's
That's a
yeah.
separate topic. But anyways, I appreciate you coming on. Cheers.
Okay,
Cheers.
bye bye.
I just want to appreciate that homegirl said she was bisexual while talking to me from a closet. I don't know. That's like Inception to me. What are the odds? I'm gay from my desk drawer. All right, I'll do a few more and then wrap it up. All right, go ahead.
Hello.
Yes,
Hi,
ma'am.
Ella.
Yes.
How are you?
Yes, I'm good. I'm good. So, what did you want to bring up?
So, there are many different things that, first of all, I really enjoy your channel. I think what you guys are talking about is on point. Excuse me if my concentration is low. It's super late here where I live, and I've been
It's all good.
listening to this forever. But for the girl who was just previously on talking about feminism, it just sparked a thought that I've been thinking for a while, that I think for a lot of young people today, it's more important to be part of a group than actually contributing to that whatever group that you associate yourself with.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Okay.
You know, like saying you're a feminist, that is, let me translate this for a minute. Because from what I know, I might be wrong, but if you are a feminist, by definition, is anybody with a rational mind would be a feminist. You know what I mean? It means equality for both sexes and, you know, an objective
I mean,
situation.
hey, listen.
Let's say with pay,
Some
you know what I
people,
mean?
some people just don't like labels. That's it. Some people don't
I
like labels.
understand. Okay, that's not what I was trying to say. I think the least. Yeah, I completely lost track. I
It's
was
all good. It's
where
all good. It's all
I was
good. Well,
going with
listen,
it.
just think about it over, and once you got it, just re-request. All right.
All right, I will. Thank you.
All right. Cheers. All right, and if we can, let's try to keep it on stuff that not other people said, or else it becomes a never-ending loop. And I'm not interested in playing telephone, trying to defend other people's positions. I don't know. I disagree with what the caller five. I don't know. I don't remember what they said.
Oh, hey, Ella.
Go for it. What did you want to say?
Hey, so I'm on my girl's phone, so you know I'm not catfishing right now. But yeah, I'm a huge fan. First, I gotta say that. I gotta, you know. Uh, so all these people talking about feminism and such, and the last girl, she said she's living in Spain, and right now we're in Greece. So we're like in the big old midst of this whole feminazi feminist thing going around.
Uh-huh.
My thought is, why since most people have a similar viewpoint on the subject, that they kind of hate the way feminism is going. Why aren't we just focusing on a more, how was it say, more global, more human kind of?
Because they're more concerned with the female suffering because they're females. You're Greek.
Yeah.
Don't you care about Greek problems?
Well, I'm half Jamaican, half Greek.
Okay, do you not care about Greek and Jamaican problems?
Yeah.
That's it. People care about what affects them.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
That's
all it
true.
comes down to. You probably don't give a fuck about what's happening in Myanmar. Why? Because you're not from there. So at the end of the day, why do women care about feminism? Because it implicates them.
That's true. But they're also human. Why are they worried about?
Yeah, and why don't you care about what's happening in Cuba or wherever else in the fuck in the world? There's probably a bunch of causes you don't care about, but you probably don't care about them because it's just not that pertinent to you. We all got to pick our battles. You think I fight for everything? I don't give a shit about animals. Why? Because I don't know. I'm not around animals. I don't give a fuck about them. Pick your battles. So that's it.
True. True.
Make sense?
Okay. Makes sense. Makes full sense.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Listen, I appreciate you coming on, man. Cheers.
Thank you, man.
I never understood that. It's like, why don't we talk about larger problems? It's like, bro, why don't you just talk about shit that you can actually affect to some degree? Community related stuff. Why is it always like going global and shit? But that's me. All right, let's go to this person. I'm gonna talk about your dog. I care about dogs. Yeah, probably because you've been around dogs. You watch a dog movie. Shit.